Now I'll give the floor to Minister Lisa Howard from St. Lucia. Excellency, you have the floor.
Mr. Chair, distinguished colleague ministers, representative and supporting organizations, members of the panel, and to my fellow St. Lucians listening on the live, good morning. St. Lucia is truly grateful for the kind hospitality of the government and people of Brazil and the FAO team as we convene these important discussions that will impact our nations. In the interest of time, I will speak on strengthening coordination across governments to manage short-term pressures. I believe that effectively managing short-term pressures in agriculture requires more than national responses. For small island developing states across the Caribbean, it requires a whole of government and whole of region approach to agri-food systems transformation. The vulnerabilities we face, climate shocks, rising input costs, supply chain disruptions, and geopolitical tensions are not unique to any single country. These pressures affect the entire Caribbean region. As a result, strengthening coordination across governments must also mean deepening regional collaboration, allowing us to address shared risks together while expanding our policy options. Now, one important area where this coordination is critical is agricultural risk management. Climate-related disasters remain one of the most significant threats to our farmers in this region. In St. Lucia, we have introduced parametric insurance for banana and plantain farmers, which provides rapid financial support following extreme weather events. St. Lucia is currently the only country in the OECS with this type of insurance mechanism specifically designed for our farmers. But this on its own is not sustainable for the long term. This initiative demonstrates the potential for regional risk-sharing mechanisms that could be expanded across Caribbean states, allowing governments to better manage climate shocks without placing excessive strain on national budgets. Now, my colleagues from Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines are here and might agree that this is a key area we need strengthened because of how prone we are to natural disasters, including hurricanes. Dominica recently lost about 225% of its GDP because of Hurricane Maria. St. Vincent had a volcano erupt after being dormant for decades. St. Kitts often faces severe droughts, and St. Lucia is no exception. The risk is great, but what can be even greater is your support. I hope this is something organizations like the FAO will consider supporting, so that we as a region can access funding to increase our resilience. Another critical element of regional collaboration is our collaborative and collective effort to reduce our food import dependence. Now, our bold CARICOM agenda in our commitment to reduce regional food insecurity and strengthen domestic and regional food production can be achieved. But this goal requires coordinated action across agriculture, trade, transport, and investment policies throughout the region. Within the OECS, we have the FAST strategy, but at the center of this transformation must be research, innovation, and technology development. Now, this is where the role of the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, becomes critical. As we confront climate change, emerging pests and diseases, and the need for improved crop varieties and sustainable production systems, CARDI must play a redefined and strengthened role in regional agricultural research and innovation. However, this will require greater regional and international support for organizations like CARDI, for organizations like ICA, and I see our Director General is here, who have been at the forefront of assisting our small islands with ways to expand our research capacity, technology transfer, and farmer outreach across the Caribbean. Ultimately, transforming agriculture in our region will require that extra hand of support to supporting organizations like CARDI, like ICA. Because strengthening your support for our need to share risk management and build resilience Through these organizations, we as small island developing states can better coordinate our governments and our region's approaches to building resilience. We will, at this point, be better able to manage these short-term pressures that we face. By your support, we will build resilience, innovate, and ensure we have food-secure agri-systems for the Caribbean. Thank you.